So this is a reading blog where you look at your screen time and you have to read the amount of time that you are on your phone. I've been watching some people do this and it's been a lot of fun, and I thought, let me try it for this next reading blog. Let's see how I do. Now, I will say the majority of my screen time is on YouTube. I do share my screen time with my tablet between my phone, so I'm hardly on this phone. I have two phones. I have an iPhone, which is this one, and I have a Samsung. Most of the time I'm on my Samsung, I'm not gonna lie, that is like my main phone. I just got this earlier this year and I just haven't done the switch. But I have an iPad and I spend most of my time on my iPad. So I will say most of the time when I have a day where I've been on it a long time, it's because I've been watching YouTube for that long. I would say the majority of it, because I really don't spend that much time on my phone. At least not between my iPad and my iPhone. I just don't really spend that much time. However, let's go into it, because this I've already kind of looked. I'm doing last week, and it's pretty scary, I will say. Let's start with Thursday. Okay, so Thursday we have 3 hours and 35 minutes. So I have to read for 3 hours and 35 minutes today. Let's start today. I feel like I can do it. I'm reading Daisy Darker right now. I'm only on page like 25, so I really haven't gotten into that book, and I also think I'm going to pick up tomorrow because I kind of feel like reading that. So I think I might either start that today or just continue reading Daisy Darker tonight. I'll do that, and I'll try to push myself. Maybe I'll read a little bit in the actual daytime as well. Maybe I'll have to do that. But anyway, so today I've got 3 hours and 35 minutes. Friday I've got only 1 hour and 40 minutes, which is not so bad. I think Friday is definitely doable. This is more like a mystery, I would say, like a suspense mystery thriller. And then obviously this is a book that I'm expecting to make me cry, because it's made a lot of other people cry, and I'm feeling very emotional these days. So it might make me cry, or I might be like, why does everybody like this book? I don't know. It's gonna go one or two ways. And 35, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? So it's the next day and I only managed to do an hour and I think like 25 minutes, because I have 2 hours and 10 minutes left. I got so stuck into editing yesterday. I kept checking the time. I started at 7 p.m. and I didn't finish till 11:30. So yeah, I really failed that first day. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll it on to today. So if we just have a look and see what my screen time is for Friday. It's Friday today. So for Friday, it was only 1 hour and 40 minutes that I had to do. You can see that. So I'm gonna add in the 2 hours and 10 minutes that I have not done, or rather I'm gonna add in 1 hour and 40 minutes to the time that I currently have. That kind of makes sense. So it means I'm gonna have to read a lot today. Let's have a look and see how much exactly do I need to read. So we wanna add in 1 hour and 40. So it's gonna be 3 hours and 50 minutes. Oh my gosh, it's almost 4 hours. Oh my gosh. And then how many seconds was it? I think it was like 54 seconds or something. So I'm gonna start at 3 hours and 50 minutes and 54 seconds. And that is what I need to do today. And then obviously if I can't do that today, I will roll it on to tomorrow. I was reading Alice Feeney a little bit. Like I went to bed at like I finished editing at 11:30, then I washed my face and everything. By the time I was in bed, it was like midnight. And I started reading this. I'm on page 100, so I did get a little bit done. I think I started and I was on page, I don't know, like 20 something, maybe 30 something. I'm not entirely sure. So I did get a little bit done of Daisy Darker. I actually do kind of like this. I think it's kind of fun. It's like a murder mystery, actually. I thought it would be more like a thriller, which I guess it kind of is. I'm not entirely sure where it's gonna go. It is kind of silly. I can picture it a movie, you know, one of those murder mystery movies. You're in this, you know, secluded house in on the Cornish seaside. You can't get to the house when the tide is in, because you have to traverse like basically where the water goes. So they are stuck in the house. There's, you know, things going on. I don't want to spoil it, but it is, you know, it's getting a little bit like, wait a second, what's going on? And we follow the girl Daisy Darker, their last name, the family last name is called Darker, so they're all Darkers. And so her name is Daisy Darker. She is the youngest of her siblings. She has 2 other sisters, and she's there with her dad and her mother and her grandmother and also a family friend. And they're basically gone there for her grandmother's 80th birthday. And it's the night before Halloween, and you know, things are starting to happen. So yeah, it's kind of kooky. I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying it. I've only tabbed a few things. Like there was one thing where her grandmother said something super vicious about her mother. She's like you, it's now an antique, but still good for holding liquor. And I thought that was, whoa, go granny. Like I thought that was, ooh, wicked. Yeah, they're like, basically everybody in the family doesn't really like each other. They have a lot of grudges and things going on that I don't necessarily know why they all hate each other or what's going on. And for some reason, Daisy's sisters really don't like her, and also the family friend, something happened, and I'm starting, you know, we haven't found out what that was. And then also at the beginning of the book, Daisy's like, well, they don't know my secret. And she hasn't really mentioned that she has a secret since then. So I want to know what her secret is. But anyway, so yeah, I'm enjoying this. I do think actually at this point, if it carries on as it is and I'm enjoying it as much as I am, I think I'm going to give it like a 4-star. I think this is a good, fun, easy read, and it's, yeah, I'm enjoying it. So yeah, that is an update, and I will catch you on my next update. Hey everyone, so it's the next day, and I'm very sweaty. It's very hot today. It's like, I think like almost 30 degrees, which I'm not sure what that is in the US Fahrenheit, but it's hot and humid, so I think it's the humidity that's getting to me. I was not able to read for 3 hours and 50 minutes yesterday, but I ended reading up until 44 minutes and 54, so that's how much time I have left from yesterday. Saturday is 2 hours and 57 minutes, so I need to add 44 minutes to that. Yeah, so basically I need to read for instead of 2 hours and 57 minutes, I'm going to read for 3 hours and 41 minutes today, which is still a lot. I'm sorry, I'm so hot. Okay, I was reading Daisy Darker yesterday, obviously, as you know. I got to page 286, and I'm enjoying it. There are parts of it where I feel like it's I don't want to say boring, but there are parts that I'm like, I don't care. I do think there's a big twist in this book. I don't know. I haven't really read any of the reviews on it. I kind of going into this completely blind, but just based on what's going on in the book, I'm pretty sure it's a big twist, and I'm pretty sure I know what it is. So I think I'm about to find out what it is as well, but I've been suspecting it for the last 100 pages. If I'm right, then that's fine. I don't actually mind that if I'm right, I don't mind that I've basically known what the twist is, because there are obviously lots of hints in the story, so I'm just thinking it kind of makes sense if this is the case, but we'll just have to wait and see. Obviously I'm not going to spoil any of you if you haven't read this book, because you know, that would really kind of destroy the book, I think, if you're going into it and you already kind of know what's going on. So I'm assuming one thing. We will see if that is the case. But yeah, I think it's a fun read. It's like I said, it's not to be taken seriously. I literally cannot take this seriously, this book, in terms of, is it realistic? No, it's not realistic at all. But I think there is a little bit of like fantastical stuff going on. I don't know. There's something going on, unless there is an obvious explanation. But anyway, I'm gonna read now. Yeah, we'll just see how much I can get done, and I'll start the timer. Guys, it's the next day, so it is Sunday, and I failed miserably yesterday with my reading. We just had quite a bad night in terms of, because my son just didn't want to sleep, so the reading time that I had planned for the evening kind of went out the window. So I know I had like 3 hours. I think I had to read 3 hours and 41 minutes yesterday. I've got 38 minutes left from yesterday. It's already almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I have been reading today. I've been trying to catch up, and I still have almost 40 minutes left from yesterday that I did not get to. I've been outside, so I'm a little red. I actually have been enjoying what I've been reading so far, so I thought I would give you a little update. So yesterday, I decided that I wanted to read like a light book. So I did grab A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Hawley. And I read the first chapter last night, and then I also read the first chapter of Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zebin. And I kind of wanted to see between the two which one I wanted to continue reading. I actually liked both of them. I want to say last night I think I enjoyed this one a little bit more, but today, while I've been outside, I've actually wanted to read this book. So I've been reading this book today. So I know that's a little bit of, I'm like going back and forward with what I'm saying. I don't know, I can't explain it. It's just the way it is. So, yeah, I read the first chapter of this. I'm actually on page 100 now. It's a nice floppy book. I'm on page 100, which is, I don't know, like a third of the book, less than a third. It's like a little bit over, yeah, actually it's almost 400 pages, so not even a third. So, yeah, I'm enjoying this. Sorry, that's my phone. I'm enjoying this quite a bit. I think it's good. It's a fun read so far. She basically is a witch. She's prophesized to be a very, very powerful witch, the most powerful witch, you know, for many, many centuries to come. But she's a terrible witch. She can't even summon things properly. She explodes things by accident. She just is terrible at her witchcraft. The only thing that she's good at is gardening and talking to her plants and making them thrive. So I'm sure that's going to come into, you know, something's going to happen with that, where she's going to gain her power more or be able to attune that to whatever else she needs to do to eventually become the most powerful witch. But anyway, so right at the start of the book, she summons this demon. She's trying to summon some flour because she loves baking, and she summons a demon instead. And she summons him to, basically her incantation, she messed up her incantation, and she summoned him to make a deal for her soul. So his own purpose for being there is to take her soul and grant her a wish. And she's like, no, screw that. I'm not giving you my soul. I don't want you here. It was a mistake, blah, blah, blah. And I guess within the confines of the spell, or whatever else, how it works, whatever the magic is, like the rules of the magic, he can only be a few miles or a few meters away from her until he gets her soul. Honestly, I'm actually just enjoying it. I really am. And he's super hunky. I don't really care. If you want some hunky demon to follow you around, that. Oh, and the thing is, he actually has a soul. You learn that like straight away. He's not like your typical demon. For whatever reason, he ended up gaining a soul from one of the people that he tried to take a soul from or something. I don't know. I didn't really quite catch that. Sometimes you just want a silly romance. And for me, this is a silly romance. She's a witch. He's a demon. Oh, and in the world that they live in, humans and, you know, other supernatural beings or species all live in one harmony. Like, they all know of each other. It's not like witches have to hide themselves or anything. In this world, they all know that they exist, and it is what it is, which I thought was interesting. Honestly, I kind of would like to see this as a movie, or like a movie like based on this type of premise. I would be intrigued. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So let's just recap what I need to read, right? Okay, so I've got 38 minutes. Wait, hold on. Let me just remove this message from my mom. My mom's just read the Bookkeeper of Aleppo, and she cried and sobbed. Oh my gosh, I need to let her know. Anyway, okay, so let's see. Yeah, I've got 38 minutes and 51 seconds. So let's go and look and see my screen time. So my screen time for Sunday, I feel like it was a long day. So I feel like I'm going to fail because I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Sunday is 4 hours and 40 minutes. So I need to add 38 minutes to that, which is going to obviously be more than 5 hours that I need to read today, not including the time that I have already read today. Thankfully though, I do have a savior. Tomorrow, I only need to read 54 minutes. Can you see that? It never went there. 54 minutes on Monday. So whatever I don't read today, I will add on tomorrow. I mean, yeah, I'm really failing this. I've seen other people do that though, but I think I've had some pretty hefty days. And yesterday was kind of like a fail because all the time that I thought I was going to read, I didn't read. I will just leave it as that, and you'll see me probably, next time you see me will either be a catch up on my time tomorrow, or maybe I have something to say about this or the other one, or when I'm finished this. This is a pretty hefty book, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I'll see you when I see you. Hey guys, so it's the next day. Oh my gosh, I'm so red. I'm so red. And I'm wearing like orange, so it's like all clashing. I've just put my sunscreen on and I'm super shiny. So yeah, not looking my best, but I'm doing the daily go-to sunscreen. This is from Pareto. I actually have a link down below if you want to get a percentage off from Stylevana, but otherwise, you know, I think it's pretty decent sunscreen, but I didn't really wear it yesterday. I wore a different one and the other one didn't really protect me, so I'm hoping this one does. It's factor 50 plus, so yeah, not looking great. But we'll carry on. Okay, so I finished yesterday and I had 3 hours and 29 minutes left out of my 5 hours plus minutes that I set up. So yeah, definitely didn't get through everything. As I told you yesterday, Monday, it was today, Monday, my screen time for the last Monday was pretty good. I only had 54 minutes. Then I'm gonna just double check that I'm not making this up, because last week it was 54 minutes. So I'm just gonna add 54 minutes. There you go. So I'm just gonna add 54 minutes, as I said, to my current time. So instead of 3 hours and 29 minutes, it's gonna be 4 hours and something. Oh my gosh. Should I just add an hour and make it even? I might just add an hour and make it even, because I'm sure I've been messed up at some point. So I'll just make it 4 hours and 19. I read this last night. Didn't actually read tomorrow, but I read this one and I got to page 200. I'm enjoying it. I do wish that there was more of a slow build between the characters. They've already somewhat like kissed and everything, but they haven't like officially got together yet. But I feel like our main character, Marielle, she almost instantly wants to just jump his bones, which is kind of funny. But at the same time, I kind of wish she had a little bit more self-control as a character. And you know, I get that he's hot and everything like that, but I don't know, I was just hoping that there would be a little bit more attention, maybe a little bit more slow burn before she like officially was like, yeah, I want you. Because she's been like hitting on him since the start, and he seems to be the one that has the most restraint, you know, because he's a demon, and you know, he feels like he shouldn't have a soul even though he has a soul, and he has ulterior motives and everything like that. But she's like a little too ditzy for my liking. Having said all that, I am enjoying it. I think I'm reading it pretty fast and it's very easy to read. The writing is pretty small in this book, I will say. So once I like get into the book, I don't mind it. But at first I was like, oh my God, this is like so tiny. But anyway, all right, so I've got 54 minutes to add to there, but like just to recap, I will add just an hour to make it even and make it easier for me to figure that out. So I'll end up having to read 4 hours and 29 minutes today, which I really feel like I'm going to need to do, because tomorrow is oh no, wait. I think I'm gonna need to do that because I think tomorrow is not a great day. Let me just have a look and see what I need. Yeah, tomorrow is 3 hours and 50 minutes that I need to read. So whatever time left over I have today, I need to add on to that, and that's a pretty hefty day. And then Wednesday is 1 hour and 35. So I literally just have the 3 days left, because start on Thursday. And wow, gosh. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky, this. So this is gonna end up being a really like massive reading day for me. Hey guys, so I thought before the day ends, because it is officially, I mean, it's not late, but it is 7:02. I thought before the day ends, I should give you an update on where I am with this challenge. I am failing this challenge. I really am. So I did end up finishing A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon yesterday. And I've also read a little bit of Tomorrow today, but the big issue is, so you know how I said I was going to add an hour on to my time? Well, I figured let me just finish the time that I have left and then I will read an extra hour. But from the time that I have left, I still have 14 minutes and 36 seconds. Plus the hour from yesterday. I haven't even started the hours for today, which is Tuesday. I am failing this. I don't know why this is so hard for me. I think I just got too busy and I just, yeah, it was just too hard. But let me see what I need to do. Today I was supposed to read 1 hour and 35 minutes. And so I need to add my 1 hour and 14 minutes onto that for tonight, which I think is doable. Honestly, I do think that is doable. But yeah, it's been tough. And actually, I think tomorrow, oh no, I looked at the wrong one. I'm sorry. So I have to read for 3 hours and 50 minutes. Can you see that? There you go. 3 hours and 50 minutes today, plus the 14 minutes from the other day, plus the hour that I was adding on from yesterday. I think you're probably lost. Me too. I'm lost. I know that I was supposed to add on an hour to my time. So really, instead of me working, this is literally like 1 hour and 14 minutes that I have left for today, plus the 3 hours and 50 minutes that I'm supposed to do today. So I will persevere and carry on because we only have one more day. So this will officially end. I think I'll end this Thursday morning. So I'll give myself the whole of tomorrow to try and complete all the hours, because obviously they're all leading up to tomorrow. And I think tomorrow time is not as bad. So yeah, today is 3:50. Tomorrow is only 1 hour and 35. So whatever time I have left over from today, which is now like close to 5 hours and something. I don't know the math. I'll put up on the screen what the math is. But yeah, that is a crazy amount. And it's 7 o'clock and I'm not going to be reading for 5 hours tonight. I don't think. I mean, maybe I could. I think if I push myself, I could probably read for 3 hours. So I think that's going to be my goal. And I am enjoying this. I'm only on page, though, 43. So, you know, still early days. Oh, let me talk about this book then. Okay, so I know the last time you saw me, or one of the last times you saw me, I was like, you know, I kind of wish that she had a little bit more self-control and there was a little bit more tension between the two characters before they kind of like get together. I completely like stand by that. I think that this was insta-love, and in a way that I didn't really care for at the end of the day. I don't think it was good as it could have been. I still enjoyed reading it. I really did. I did enjoy reading it. It has some I would say smut in there. I definitely think there is. But I did enjoy reading it for the most part, but I just wish the pacing was a little bit different. I wish that there was a little bit more of a build up to them, you know, getting together, because kind of like they get together like, I don't know. It's like a thing from the start, really. And so there's no tension when they finally get together. Sometimes a 3 for me is like average, but it's still, you know, I can still enjoy a 3. So yeah, I gave this a 3 on Goodreads. I don't think it deserves more than that, just because of what I've said. But yeah, otherwise I am enjoying this. I'm going to be reading this tonight, and I guess I'll catch up with you tomorrow and we'll find out how much I end up getting done. So it is the next day as always, and I have actually done really well. So yesterday I had to do over 5 hours, as you saw, and I have 20 minutes left of those 5 hours. I have yet to work on the hours that I have today, which is the last day. We finally got to the last day, but I feel like I'm gonna be okay because the last day, like we saw yesterday, was only 1 hour and 35 minutes that I had to do. So we can do that. So I'll add, so it's basically gonna be 1 hour and 55 minutes that I'm going to do tonight, which I can do at 7 o'clock, and I have all the evening to do that. So the way that I was able to get through all of those hours yesterday and also today is I did read a little bit more of Tomorrow. I got to page 100 exactly. I'm not tabbing this, I don't know why, but there's nothing that I have tabbed so far. I have not felt the need to tab it. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking that. I think, as I said in the other clip, that it's not based in like this time. It's more based in like the 90s or like early 2000s. I don't know where we are right now, but it's definitely not the 2023s, which is nice because there's like nostalgia to it, and I like that. So it kind of flips back and forth though, because you kind of see them do little interviews when they're a little bit older, and I don't know, they must have another falling out. They've already had one falling out. They must have another falling out because there's one little mention that they're not speaking or something. I don't know. But then it mostly like is going through their young adult stage. Like right now they've decided that they're going to build this game together. So that's kind of as far as I am. So I also listened to an Audible book last night and also today, which is the Matthew McConaughey book Green Lights, which I'm actually enjoying. I am about 60% way through it now, so that really helped me because last night I really didn't feel like reading that much. So I got to like 100 pages and I was like, oh, I don't want to read anything, but I don't want to like fail this task. So I just put Green Lights on and I listened to that for a good like hour or so, maybe like an hour and a half. And then today I listened to it a lot more while I was working, and that really helped me get through those hours that I had, because yeah, I've managed to catch up and I only have 20 minutes left of all of those hours, which is crazy amount. And Green Lights was a book that I kind of started a few weeks ago, just on and off. I just thought, okay, fine, I'll get it with one of my credits on Audible. And I like Matthew McConaughey, and I like the fact that he was narrating it as well. So it's kind of interesting. I kind of like it. It took me a little bit of time to get into it. I'm not gonna lie, it's a memoir, but it took me a little bit of time to kind of get into his style of speaking, I guess, and I kind of like it. I like it. It's all about finding the things in life that give you opportunities, and that's what he calls the green lights. You know, this is another opportunity. Take each opportunity as they come, and then sometimes you'll hit you know, things in life where you hit the red lights, you know, and you don't feel like you can go, but luckily for him, he's hit a lot of green lights. He's been very successful in his life. But he's also had he's done a lot of interesting things as well, which I didn't know. And he's kind of, I wouldn't say a free spirit, but he is a bit daring and he does take risks. And he is not afraid to live life, which I really appreciate, because I feel like I'm the opposite. I feel like I'm not living my life to its fullest. And so I take inspiration from it, actually, to be honest. So I've been really enjoying that book, and honestly I would recommend it. I'm probably gonna give it a 5-star. I'm not gonna lie. I can't imagine I'll give it any less than that, just because I think it's been very interesting. The way it's written, it's not bad, and I don't know, I'm enjoying it. So I'd probably give that a 5-star, but that's how I've been able to get through all the time that I have left. So yeah, today I only need to read 1 hour and 50 minutes, so basically 2 hours, and that is fine. And I think I'll either listen to Green Lights or read this. I might read another book, actually. I mean, I don't know what I'm thinking about tomorrow. I really don't. I don't dislike it, but I'm not crazy about it. Like, I'm not reading it super fast either. I'm just kind of like reading it, putting it down, doing something. I mean, to be fair, the few times that I have been reading this, I've been very busy or just not in the mood. So it hasn't been like a book that I have been able to just pick up and not be able to put down. So I don't know what that says about it. It's not like, I mean, the writing style is fine. There's nothing wrong with the writing style. I guess I'm just, you know, taking it all in. I'm just trying to think, you know, is this going anywhere that I find interesting? I do find all of the gaming, to be honest, kind of interesting because I am a gamer at heart. I do like to play video games, and I've always been playing video games. I do console and PC, and to this day I still do, so, you know, I actually am a gamer. So the fact that it is about gaming, and they're building a game, and they say a lot of gaming terminology or situations or things like that, you know, the nerdy side of me is like, I'm kind of vibing with this. But I don't know, on a human level, I'm not entirely sure if it's gonna be a book that I love, because I don't know where the story goes. Maybe I'll just finish the Matthew McConaughey one tonight if I feel like listening to it. I'm not entirely sure. I'm actually, I just watched, or I'm in the process of watching the first Ultimatum season 2. Oh my goodness, what a car crash of a show. But Nick Lachey and that woman, oh my gosh, I cannot stand them. I don't know how they're still doing that show. They're just awful. But I still like tune in and I watch the show. So I might end up watching a couple episodes of that and then reading. So tonight might not be like a huge reading night. I feel like I did a lot last night though, and I've done a lot the last 7 days, like trying to catch up and completing this vlog, that I feel like I'm going to allow myself that. I'm gonna watch some trash TV, and then when I go to bed, I'm gonna figure out what I want to do. But yeah, I might grab another book. I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, I'm not going to be finishing tomorrow in this vlog. So that'll just pass over to probably the next one. So yeah, I think I'll just leave it as that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
When you just never needed proof of me in a picture, and it's always just been happy to see me. Besides the autumns, going to college there, I love Austin because it always let me be my own.
Done. So it is the next day. I actually ended up not reading at all last night or even listening to anything. I watched, I think, 4 episodes of The Ultimatum, which was, oh my gosh, horrendous. I cannot, like, those people, like, honestly, they all need like therapy. There's like a lot of manipulation going on. But anyway, this vlog is over. As you saw the last few seconds. I did end up finishing the reading today. I know this whole time I've been doing it backwards, but you know, it's done. It was a really hard challenge. Honestly, this is definitely harder than any of the other ones. I've only tried the 24-hour challenge and then reading until I read a 5-star. This one was challenging because I had to do it within the 7 days. Like, I couldn't just skip a day without reading. And obviously if I did, it would just make it worse for me in the long run. So it was definitely a challenge. I would do it again though, because it would be interesting to see how I do it in the future. But anyway, so I managed to read finish 2 books in this vlog. Didn't read any more of Tomorrow, so I'm still on page 100. I'm almost done with Green Lights. I've got 1 hour and 3 minutes left, so that is fun. So yeah, I almost got through 3 books. So I don't know, I feel like I didn't read that much, even though I had all this time to read. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. I mean, just to recap, I mean, I feel like I read some decent books. I feel like what I did read has been enjoyable. I mean, I actually did really like Daisy Darker. I gave it a 4 like I told you. And then Witch's Guide to Dating a Demon. I just think it could have been a lot better, so I ended up giving it a 3. Tomorrow, I will just continue reading this in my own time. I think for my next reading vlog, I'm just going to read and not even like push myself to do a challenge. It's literally just going to be a weekly vlog, because I feel like I want to just be kind to myself and not have to, like, you know, force myself to do anything. I will be doing a vlog where I'm reading your recommendations, but I still am waiting on a few books to arrive. But I've got like some idea of what I want to do in the future. And then also got to do my August wrap up soon, because by the time this is posted, we're going to be in September, which is crazy. So you might already see my August wrap. I don't even know. I don't know when I'm going to be posting everything. So yeah, this has been wild. I really like Green Lights from Matthew McConaughey. I do feel like listening to it has been more enjoyable than I think if I read it. I think if I read it, I wouldn't really get everything. I think it adds a lot of value to it when he reads it in his own voice. So I would recommend an Audible version or just any audio version. However, I'm saying that without actually having read it. So I don't know, maybe reading it would be better. I think for me though, when it comes to nonfiction, especially something that's a memoir, autobiographical, or some sort of that's really personal to that person who's writing it, I think if you can hear it in their own voice is probably better, because you can understand how it was written, how certain lines or sentences were supposed to come across. And also Matthew McConaughey's voice is really nice, so I don't mind listening to him for several hours. I've always been a fan of him as an actor, and I think he's he is more interesting than I realized, so I thought that was cool. But yeah, I've got an hour left of that. I think I know I said I was probably gonna give it a 5. I think I'll probably give it maybe a 4. There have been parts where I've kind of like, you know, glossed over and not really paid too much attention. And then there's other parts where I thought was really interesting. So I think in that respect, it's just more my preference. I don't think it's a rating towards the book itself. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. I'll finish that in my next vlog or at some point. But yeah, I'm gonna pause this now, and gosh, this was hard. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I don't really know how this video is going to come across, because I didn't really record any sort of footage of me reading either this time round, and so it's probably going to be very, very boring. But maybe just let me know if you get this far, if you prefer that I include, you know, shots of me reading and other lifestyle things, or if you just like the recaps. I just felt like because this was like an everyday thing, it was easier for me to just do that. Whereas if it's a vlog that spans over more than a week, I can include some other bits and bobs. But honestly, I've just been like working this last week and not really doing anything. I am taking the next week off. So in the next vlog, I might have more stuff to show. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, I'm going to leave the vlog there, and I will see you in another video. I hope everyone is doing well, and yeah, catch you later. Bye.